The infinite improbability drive is an astonishing device used to cross massive interstellar distances in a nothingth of a second without all that tedious mucking about in hyperspace. It is one of the most amazing inventions in the history of physics, surpassed perhaps only by the story of how it came to be. The principle of generating a little bit of finite improbability by hooking the logic circuits of a Bambleweenie 57 sub-meson brain to an atomic vector plotter suspended in a Brownian motion producer, say a nice hot cup of tea, were for a long time well understood. These types of generators were often used to break the ice at parties, by making all the molecules in the hostess's undergarments leap simultaneously 1 foot to the left, in accordance with the theory of indeterminacy. Many respectable physicists said that they weren't going to stand for this, partly because it was a debasement of science, but mainly because they were never invited to those sorts of parties. Another thing they couldn't stand was their perpetual failure in attempting to construct a machine capable of generating the infinite improbability field needed to flip a spaceship across the mind-numbing distances between the furthest stars. And in the end, grumpily announced that such a machine was virtually impossible. Then, one day, a student, left to sweep up the lab after a notably unsuccessful party, found himself reasoning that if such a machine is a virtual impossibility, then it must logically be a finite improbability. All one needed to do, he figured, was to work out exactly how improbable it is, feed that figure into the finite improbability generator, give it a fresh cup of really hot tea, and turn it on. He did this, and was startled to discover that he had contrived the long-sought-after infinite improbability generator out of thin air. It startled him even more when just after he was awarded the Galactic Institute's prize for extreme cleverness, he got lynched by a rampaging mob of respectable physicists who had finally realized that the one thing they really couldn't stand was a smartass.